This is Marina, and today I wanted to talk about trauma bonding and why we bond through trauma. So with trauma, we will bond with another person, in particular if there is love involved, or if the person who is traumatizing us, who is abusing us, is a caregiver, someone we are meant to trust. And if this starts to occur when we are children, then we will bond through trauma. We really literally have no choice. Now, of course, then this pattern continues. So trauma bonding is when we are traumatized and we continue to go back to the perpetrator because they are showing us small acts of kindness. So what we then start to do is that we remember the crumbs and we actually wipe out anything else. So any of the betrayal, we literally forget. Now, sometimes we can actually develop amnesia. We literally do not remember it, and it's part of our way of surviving. It's keeping us alive. So if with this trauma bonding, we are then obviously traumatized again and again. Now, we don't always bond with a perpetrator. So there are certain ingredients that are involved, and definitely what is needed is that there are also those small acts of kindness, but there's also a dependency. So if we are children, then we are dependent on a parent, or it may be that we're in a household, it could be siblings, it could be even extended family. And that then, of course, sets us up that we start to then normalize. So it's become normal. It's a natural part. It feels natural. It's not natural to our design, but it feels natural enough to us. So when we then go out and we start to form intimate relationships, sadly, this is also then another pattern that we set up. And subconsciously, without realizing it, we are attracted to people who are also going to traumatize us. We will bond with them. So when we are bonding, I mean, bonds we see in relationships as a relationship bond, but this bond is what we would refer to as toxic, meaning that it is dangerous to our health, our emotional well-being, our psychology, and then that, of course, will influence our physiology. So we are then setting ourselves up for these type of relationships. Now, of course, you don't have to have started with your trauma bonding when you were a child, because adults can then also start become involved in a relationship that is toxic without even realizing that they've now become addicted to the perpetrator. So what are some signs that you are experiencing a trauma bond with a person or people? You can become very confused in the relationship. You will find yourself people pleasing. You start walking on eggshells. You have two opposing belief systems about the person. Your red flag detector is blurred, not functioning. You experience anxiety about how to please that person instead of actually feeling your red flag detector and knowing that the person is not good for you. Because if you think about it, if we were to really experience the anxiety, we would say this person is not good for me, something is happening that is not right. But we don't do that. We will go into the anxiety about how to please the person and how to make the situation right. So remember that many times this can be set up for us, this way of functioning, from when we are children or in our adolescent years, even our early 20s. What we do want to become mindful of is that we can start to heal from this, but we're going to have to really do some work and start changing this benchmark of what we are going to accept coming into our life. So it is about really looking at your expectations. What have you been allowing in, and then starting to make some adjustments. Next time I'm going to talk about healing from trauma bonding and why we are going to have to start to establish some really secure boundaries. That's all for now, and if I can help you in any way, please reach out. Bye.